last week I could feel myself getting frustrated and annoyed with a lot of things. I was drinking coffee like they were going to stop making it. I'm getting frustrated with my kids. I'm getting frustrated with my wife. I'm just on edge for some reason. And I don't know why. Everything's fine. So I get in these moments and then I have to recalibrate. I have to go back and find equilibrium because nothing's wrong. So why am I doing this? Why am I playing with my kids and thinking about work? And why am I working, feeling guilty that I'm not spending time with my family right now? Why am I out for a run thinking I should be back at home doing something else? No matter what I'm doing, there were always these competing interests. You ever been there? And it's almost like I forgot that I've been set free. So I read this. It's Luke 10. It says, but Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. Jesus is lounging in her living room, hanging out. You know the story. Mary's at her feet. Martha's in the kitchen doing her thing. But the word distraction, there was an old torture method where horses would be tied to your limbs. Not yours, but whoever was being tortured. One horse for each limb. And then the horses would walk away from each other. So they would just pull you apart. The word distraction means to be pulled apart. That's where you get the term death by distraction. So she was distracted by the preparations that had to be made. They needed to eat, but she was distracted. Why was she distracted? Listen, it says, she came to him and asked, Lord, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. He says, Martha, Martha, the Lord answers, you're worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Your whole life you've been waiting for the Messiah to show up, and now he's sitting in your living room, and you're stressed about hummus. Yes, maybe you're gifted to make hummus. Maybe it's what you're good at. Maybe you're a good administrator. Maybe you're a great host. It is the thing that you're gifted at, but now you're trapped by it. You're not using it to bring joy to yourself and the people around you, to glorify God. You're trapped inside the thing that you're made to do. And he says, but only one thing is needed. And Mary's chosen the better thing. This is what you've been waiting your whole life for. So what are you stressed out about? And this is what I found myself in. I found myself distracted, thinking about all the different things I needed to do, pulled in all these different directions. And then I found myself in this place of forgetting the fact that she invited Jesus into her living room and she should have had peace because he was there. I have the ability to invite Jesus into my heart and he lives there. So what am I stressed about? No matter what the circumstances are. So there's a practice that has become important for me when I'm feeling like this. I had a friend one time say, God wants to get a hold of your schedule. And I was like, what are you talking about? And here was her suggestion. She's like, look, just go and take an hour out of the middle of your workday. I was like, this is a stupid idea. I'm not going to do that. Take an hour out of the middle of your workday and just get a journal and a Bible, nothing else, and just sit and think about God. I was like, this is the dumbest suggestion ever. I do that at 5 o'clock in the morning, which Oswald Chamber calls our silly little Christian habit, the thing that we hold on to so dearly, like without that thing, we can't have God's presence. But over time, that started to wear on me, so I did it. And as I started to do it, what I realized was as I focused on the one essential thing, that everything else came into perspective. Everything else started to come into line with what I needed to do with my business or my ministry or my family. All the different things that were inessential started to fade away. And it's not that I would get up from those sessions and then all of a sudden all the circumstances changed, but I had changed. And that was enough. Yeah.